guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I am making some little beads. Now these are, well, they're not really beads, they're sort of like dangles because this doesn't come off. They are actually wrapped around a little flathead pin, so which are lovely. So super simple, because we like super simple. Now I didn't have any intentions of doing this today. I was going to do sort of like paper craft, but I had some scrap fabric on my desk and I thought we would just give these a go, and I'm just loving them. So these ones have got little beads on the end, so they're little dangles. This one's got a little heart bead on there, so that's pretty. I hope they're not blurry on there, but they look lovely. I'll do a close-up like I always do at the end of the video, but they are just beautiful. Loving them. So I'm just building up my stash because we did, where are they? We did all of these lovely ones with the BB Craft products the other day, and the little long dingly dangly ones, the little shiny ones. So they are lovely. So I thought I would just do some fabric because I've got my little pot of fabric in front of me, my little drawer. So I've just taken some out and I've sort of like cut it into strips like this because it's, you know, it's easier to wind it around. And then of course I've got some little sparkly bits, of course, little shiny bits to go on them as well. Now what I'm using, these are the flathead pins like we used the other day to make the BB Craft ones. These are quite long ones, and I've also got these ones which I've got like a little ornate bottom to them, and they are really pretty as well. So that's what I've used on here. So the end has got, like, you know, you can see this little pretty end bit, can you see that? Which are just gorgeous. So I'm going to be using both of those today. And on the flathead pin ones, I've popped a little bead on there, and or a little heart bead, and then I've just got some little seed beads as well that I've popped onto the end. So they are lovely. So let's get making. They are really simple. I'm going to pop those back in the pot. I'll take one of these. I'm going to put these back where they belong because I'm going to end up with them everywhere otherwise. So I'm just going to take a little bead. Now I've got some wire. Let's show you what we're going to be using. I've got some 26 gauge wire as well. I also have my pliers. I have my little looper pliers there as well, and I'm using the hot glue gun. Now you don't have to use the hot glue gun. You can use some fabric glue as well, if I can talk. Now I've got some long bits of fabric. Now for the inside bit, you just want a piece which doesn't really matter. Here we go. So you're going to cover this up anyway. It's just to sort of make it a little bit thicker. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that on there like that. And then you want to sort of like, I'm going to just hold it if I can, like that. So you've got your fabric wrapped around your, or underneath your little pin. Pop a little bit of glue gun, and then I'm just going to wrap this around. Just twist it round like that. Just like that. A little bit thicker in the middle. So this is just sort of like your base bit, so you're not wasting all your pretty bits on the underneath that you're not going to see. So this is just like a little bit of white cotton, probably an old sheet or something. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue gun on there just to hold that on. So we've got that on there. Perfect. Now I'm going to pop the loop on the end like that. So let's just loop the end. So we've got a nice little bit to dingle dangle off like that. So that's pretty. And then what we can do is just take some little pieces and wrap it round. Now I've got a little bit of pink. This is like that very opened cheesecloth that I had. Which is very pretty. So again, these are all going to be sort of like pinky purples because that's the colours that I use. I've got a little bit of, I've got a nice piece of little, what's it called? Velvet velvet. Let's just, actually I'm going to wrap this bit around. I'm just going to wrap it around, and then we're going to wrap a little bit of wire around as well. So let's just take this. So I'm twisting it as well. So we want to get a little bit of sort of like texture and stuff in there and sort of build it up. So I'm just going to take another little bit of the glue gun. So you just need your odd bits of fabric on there. You don't have to have long pieces. You can just sort of like start sticking around it. If you've got a base bit, you can stick little bits around it and then wrap your wire around. Can you see? Now I've also got some, that's a bit too the same colour, isn't it? This is a white creamy bit of netting. So this is all that I would be using on my desk anyway, that I had. So it's just using up all the little bits that you've got. So I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to take my glue gun again, just a tiny little bit, and just stick that down like that. So it's really simple. So it's as easier than actually making the little beads without the middle bit, if you know what I mean, because you normally wrap them around with a straw or around a straw or something like that. So I'm going to take a little bit of wire, a length of wire, probably a ruler length of it. I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to hold that on. Actually, I'm going to go this way. Hold it up, hold on to the end, and then just wrap that around. So you know, it's, whoops, don't bend it. It's secure on there. Then I'm going to take a little bit of shiny. This is just some little sequin fabric on there. And I'm going to just hold on to that. Make sure that we hold it down. I'm going to wrap this around just so it's nice and pretty. So we've got a little bit of a sparkle in there. And then just wrap the wire around. Now again, you don't have to use wire if you don't want to. You can just stick the fabric on, but I quite like the wire on there. Whoops, flicking fabric everywhere. I think it looks really nice. Just wrap that all the way around, and there we go. Take your pliers and make sure your wire doesn't sort of stick out. It's in there nice and secure. And there we go. We've got, oopsie daisy, we've got a little bead. Can you see that? So that's so simple. I've got a little stray one there. It's coming off. But so easy to do, and I think they look really lovely. That one didn't want to stay on my hand, did it? Look at that. I just love them. I just love them. Now this one is the flathead pin on there. So what we'll do, I'm going to pop a little heart on the bottom. Just like that. It's a little heart bead on there, which is pretty. And what I'm going to do, just going to actually just pop a little bit of glue on there and push that down, just so it sort of stays in place. Like that. And I'm going to make the loop first so I don't forget. Now actually I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller, so it's not going to be as long. So I'll cut a little bit of that end off like that, pop that down, take a little bit of fabric. Shall we have a little bit of pink? This is sort of stretchy. I think this was a pair of trousers, like stretchy denim trousers. Now I'm not going to use all of that, I will cut that off. So let's just glue that down. The reason I'm gluing it down is just to hold it in place, so when you're wrapping it round it doesn't sort of spin around. That little bead didn't stick down, did it? Let's pop a little bit of glue on there. Just push the bead down just so it stays in place. And then we're going to just wind this around like that. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Cut that off. I'm going to cut it off into like a little point, I think. Wrap it round. Hold hold on to it, just wrap it round. It depends how thick you want them. I don't want these to be too thick. I want them to be a little bit more dainty, because they're going to go in the little fairy journal that I will be making soon. Started making some tags. Let's chop a little bit off. So that's a little end bit, and then we can pop on a little bit of this. I did cut that off, didn't I? Should we throw a little bit of this on? Hold on to it, wrap it round, like that. Push that down. I'm going to take a little bit of wire, snip that off, just hold that on through the middle, oops, and just wrap it around like that. I just like the shiny of the wire, and again you can use, I've got some sort of florist wire which is a little bit more grungy, so again you can make these in any sort of colours if you want a sort of like a vintagey colour, sort of browns. Shall we add a little bit of this? A little bit of, just pop that on. So yeah, any colours or any mixed fabrics and all sorts, can't you? Let's just hold that down and wrap that little shiny bit around there like that. Wrap the wire around, and then we've got another little dingly dangly like that. So they are just so cute and so pretty. Now I've got one with a big bead on. Now these are beautiful ones. I pick all these beads up from wherever I sort of like go. I might actually put it on the end of this one. So when you're out and about, make sure, and if you see little beads and things like that, just pick them up. Trust me, you can, oops, you can also get them. Have a look in your charity shops. And see if you can find anything as well. Broken jewellery and things like that always have some beautiful beads and stuff on, don't they? Right, let's have a look. What should we put in the middle of this one? Let's just have a little bit of white on there. Take my glue gun. So yeah, I was going to do some mixed media with the paper beads, but maybe I'll do that for next week, because I had sort of fabric on my desk and bits and pieces like that. I thought I would do some of this, because it's all the intentions you have, and then everything changes, doesn't it? So I thought I would do these today. Right, where's my little pliers? Again, you don't have to make them as long, but I just think these are beautiful. So pretty. What should we have? I've got all these little bits here. Should we have a little bit of shiny on that? Cover that up with a little bit of this, I think. That's what we shall do. A little bit on there. Down. Oops. Just wrap that around. Whoopsie daisy. Just going to take that and sort of twist it and wrap it at the same time. I'm going to put that all on. There we go. A little bit of glue. Hold that down. Look at that. That just looks nice like that, doesn't it? Can you see? But I think, what should we have on this one? A little bit of blingy stuff, or should I just wrap the wire around? Actually, that looks quite nice. I do like this. This is from, where's that bigger piece gone? Here, this is the fabric. I've used this quite a lot actually in different things, and it's lovely, and I'm very, very low on it, and I've not been able to get any the same, which is a bit of a shame. I'm just going to stick this down with a little bit of glue, like that. Wrap it around, like that. I think I'm in a bit of a dingly dangly phase at the moment, making these little bits. That around. A little bit of glue. We don't want to hide the little loop at the top, do we? Right. Going to take a little bit of wire and wrap the wire. Now again, with the wire, you can thread on some beads to put that on. I'm going to go this way. Hold that on and then just wrap it around there. Wrap this round. Do you know what I mean? You can put some, slide some beads on your wire before you start wrapping around. Like that. Wrap that in. Obviously you don't need as much. That's quite a long piece of wire, but I think that looks fabulous, doesn't it? And I think that will look really, really lovely dangling off. Now, I've made some tags. These are what I did the other day. I didn't video this, but I was just thinking these little ones would just sort of like hang off the top of tags. Really, really lovely. Can you see? Or we got sort of like little ones like that. So I think the colour matches really, really lovely, really well. These are what we made the other day as well. So that's fabulous. So I'm going to just make a few more. Got different pins here. I'm going to, I've got some little pearls. So I think maybe we'll go for a little dark one. Little dark purple. These aren't very good because they don't really have the holes in very well. Not quite sure where I got these from. There we go. Put a couple of these on. Actually, what I did have, I had these, which are again, they've got a little bit of bling on, of course. Let's take that pink one off. These are, they're not the same spacer beads that I was using the other day. Oh gosh, if I can pick that one up. They are different ones, but they've still got that little crystally bit inside. Can you see, is that? Don't know whether that's focused or not, but they've got the little crystally bit inside. So again, I'm just going to open that up. Oops. Just take that one. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there, and then push that down, just so it holds them in place. And they don't go sort of spinning about. Again, I'm going to make this one just a little bit shorter because I've got quite a few sort of long ones. Oh, I didn't do that very well. There we go. Lovely. A little bit of this underneath. There we go. That on. Wrap that around just a little bit. Don't need too much. Diddly bit of glue on there just to hold that in place. Like that. Perfect. Pop that down. What shall we have? Shall I just pop a little bit of lace over the top of this one? Would be quite nice, wouldn't it? If I can get it. It's a bit difficult when they're a little bit smaller. Just wrap that in a little bit of lace. Oops. A little bit of glue. Then I'm just going to wrap that with a little bit of wire, and then maybe I will pop a little bead on. I could do with some tiny beads actually, couldn't I? I got any? Let me just have a quick look. So I'll wrap that around so it's on there nice and tight. I do have these which are quite small. Let's see if we can, a bit of the wrong colour. If I have, this is like a goldy colour with a little blue. Not that I can, these have got tiny holes in. Gosh. Pop that in there. Oh God, that didn't go through, did it? There we are. Then, can you see it's got the little beads on? And you can just wrap that around. Take a few more little beads. I can pick them up. Tiny. These are from BB Crafts and they are just so small. You can only really put them on very thin wire. Let's have a green and a red one. Like that. Take them and just wrap that around there like that. A few more. So again, use what you've got. Don't have to go out and buy anything. You can just see what you've got in your stash. Like that, and just use tiny, you can pop buttons on there. Little buttons you could probably wrap around. Oops. There we go. Take my pliers, just pull that off. I'm sure lots of you have got lots of little beads and bits in your stash, haven't you? Look at that, that's quite nice, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, sorry, I don't know whether it's going a bit blurry today. Take those. Now again, all of mine are sort of like pinkies and purples, because that's my sort of like colour scheme that I like. So I do like these. Now I think these are in my Amazon storefront, so you'll be able to sort of like have a look and see. I'm going to pop a little, let's put one of these little beads on. Oops, there's one escaped. Put that down there. Not that we can really see them, but if you look closely you can. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on there. Push that down. Can you see, look? So it's not focusing. Look, I've got glue everywhere. So focusing? I don't know. There we go. Oh, this is a nice fabric. Maybe we'll use a little bit of this one wrapped around it in a minute. A little bit of that, a little bit of this for the inside. We should have a little bit of lace. This one I think I might, let's have a little bit of this lovely blingy. This one I might do a little bit thicker. So let's just do that from the corner. A little bit of glue on there. Not on my nails. Spin that round. Let's go higher. Go down, there we go. Wrap that round. Gosh. There we are. I'm going to move these out of the way. Is that making it a little bit blurry? There we go. Don't know whether it's my eyesight looking in my monitor that's making it blurry or not. Okay. Oops, that didn't work. I think I got more glue on my fingernails than I have actually on the fabric. That should work. That's a little bit better. I'm going to just make a little loop in this because I forgot. There we go. We shall have, do we need this one on? I think we might. I'm going to make this a nice big one. There we go. Twist it around. A little bit of glue. Maybe I'll leave that there. It pings back because it's attached. It's a bit stretched. Oh no, there we go, that's okay. Lovely. Then we're going to have a little bit of lace. I think that's going to be too much. Might actually wrap this lace around. Can't really see it, so it's a waste of lace, I find. Let's have a little bit of this netting instead. Let's pop that down. Wrap that round. That's quite nice with the sort of like the dark in there, isn't it? Okay, take that. This is why you don't want to use all your best stuff, because you don't really see it. So just use all your sort of like little leftover bits of fabric, not your best fabrics. Oh look, what's this piece? That's sort of, I want this to be a little bit bigger. Shall we glue that piece on? Oh, I've got more. There we go. Or you could also use little bits of, what do they normally use? Eyelash trim and things like that. Don't you? Just to give it that. That's what it reminded me of. The little frayed bits. Like the eyelash trim that you can get. To make it a little bit fluffy. There we go. Pop that on. Stick that down. There we go. I'm going to get a little bit of wire. So yeah, this is 20, what did they say? It was 26 gauge, which is a really nice one because it's very easy to wrap around. I'm going to have another little bit of bling because I like bling. A little bit of sequiny this is, isn't it? Wrap that around. Like that. Oops, I need to see the sequins. There we go. Then just take that and wrap that round. Perfect. Hold on to that piece. There we go. Wrap back around. Make sure you're catching all the little bits of fabric on there. Oh, I like this one. Give it a twist, hold that in, and look at that one. That's fabulous, isn't it? That's nice and shiny. Gosh, I do love these. That's your little thing. Now you can hang these with a little bowl pin. You can pop a little safety pin, hang them from little safety pins on the end, or paper clips. Well, let's have a look what it will look like on a... I've only got my little coloured ones here, but we could do with a little one. We only need a little one. That on there, look. Just means you can just hang them off little paper clips and attach them to your journals or things like that, which is really pretty, isn't it? So there's all sorts of things that you can do with them, but I'm just going to keep them in my little pot because they will be really, really useful for hanging in my journals. So let's just make one more I'm loving the end of these ones, because it just makes them look really pretty, doesn't it? I just love the end of these. Let's pop that to the side. Okay, I'm going to, shall we make a smaller one with this? Just a little bit smaller, because I've got quite a few longer ones. Take that off. Ooh. What should we put on this one? This is quite pretty, isn't it? Oh no, we want to hide. We don't want to have our best stuff in the middle, because we don't see any of it. So if you've got any sort of like even old little cotton t-shirts, you could just cut off, cut up, or old pillowcases you can use as well, just for the middle bits of your little beads. There we go. Put that on. Should we make this one a little bit fatter in the middle? I do like the colour of this fabric. This is really pretty. It's a very nice pink. Pop that on. Oops. Take this off. Wrap that round. There we go. This is a little bit thicker in the middle of this one. There we go. Where's our little top piece? Perfect. And then what shall we wrap round? Look, I've got a little bit of blingy netting here, just so we can see that lovely pink fabric on the inside, and just wrap this around like that, so it's nice and shiny. Hold that on. Oops. Tiny little bit of glue on there, just to hold that down. Oops, don't want the glue on the end. Look, I've lost my little loop at the top. A little bit of wire. Hold that on, wrap that around. And there we go. That's it. Fabulous. See how quick and simple they are to do as well. So we do like our quick and simple, don't we? And look at that. That's fabulous. So there we go, guys. I will leave it there. I'm sure you get the gist of it now. Super simple. And again, all these things that I do, you've probably seen them all before, but it's just like the reminders, isn't it? All the things that we do and that we've done in the past that we forget about. So I've got all these lovely ones with the little ends on, and that's a beautiful one. Can you see that one? Oops. Is that focused? My camera's not focusing too well today, is it? There we go, because that's got the little crystally bits on. These are ones with little hearts on. We've got the little beady ones there, which are beautiful. Loving those. Those beads as well. I did them just with the little silver beads on, which is pretty, isn't it? Just a silver bead at the ends, which I'm loving. So yeah, I'm loving my little dingly dangly beads and dangles at the moment, but they are fab. So there we go, guys. I hope you'll give it a go, and please do post them in our Facebook group, because I'm loving seeing all your lovely makes in there. So there we go, guys. Have a fab rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.